What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be installing the Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth collection, and we're going to update it to Age of the Ring 8.3, which is the latest from the mod community, which allows you to play all the new Lord of the Rings games without having the CDs. So basically, I installed all the ones here, I unzipped them, and it created a folder here. Once you unzipped one, all the rest of these will unzip to this file, which will have Battle for Middle-earth 1, 2, and Rise of the Witch King. And then there's an installation guide in here, but I'm going to basically go over everything. So if you play this, and you try to go to the Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2 EP1, this will say the base game files is not found. Application will exit. Now, there's a couple of things we have to do here. One, we have to change this Battle for Middle-earth to EP1 to run as administrator. So we're going to go show more options, properties, compatibility. Make sure you tick this, hit apply, and hit OK. The next thing that we're going to do is the Battle for Middle-earth collection needs to be in your program files. So we're going to open this up. We're going to go to our PC, C drive, program 86 files, and then we're going to drag this in. It's going to ask for permission, hit continue. And there it is, right? Now, if we do the exact same thing, go to EP1, we'll see that it actually opens up the game now. Okay? So that's the first step. Next step we need to do, we just need to make sure that this is in the correct version, which is 2.02. And we can see right there that it is 2.02. So we're good to go. We'll exit out of that. Down in the Wrath of the Lich King, you'll see this 2.2 launcher. Double click that. Hit yes. And you'll get this little launcher here, which we need to be in 2.02 9.0. Click apply. It'll say apply module. 8.5, which was the latest. I think you need to go to 2.02 music, hit apply, timer disable, hit apply. Okay. Now, Wrath of the Lich King is set up. Okay. So, next step we need to do is, let's see. That's the patch. We're in the 2.02 patch. This says, hold on one second. So 9.05, yep, timer disabled. So now we can install the Age of the Ring installer. What all of this that I'm reading off to, by the way, is in the README file here. So if we go to the installation guide, this one here, this is step 4, which is the installation. So we'll grab this, and then we'll go ahead and download 8.0. I think it's this one we have to download. I believe so. Yep. Should start the installation. There it goes. So we just install this and wait. In the meantime, while this is happening, we could actually just bring these out. So we'll, let's go something like, or we can just probably drag this out. There's a 2.2 installer. We'll need that. Let's Rise the Lich King. Actually, we don't need that. Just kidding. Yeah, we don't need that since we're going to do Age of the Ring. You can go back, by the way, and play these other versions, the actual versions of the game, just by clicking on these exe files if you wanted to. The other ones should be in here as well. Yep, there's the original. But we're trying to get to Age of the Ring, so it doesn't really matter right now. And the reason we need to go to 8.0 first is because you have to have 8.0 installed before you can go to 8.3. Which is kind of redundant, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll just delete that. Okay, so now there's your 8.0 installer. Just make sure that there's a... No, there's not a folder, so we're going to create a new folder. And we'll call this Age of the Ring. The Ring 8.0. That. And then we'll just drag this in here. And then we'll unzip this file. Okay. We don't need that anymore. Let's run the exe. It's going to go to program 86, Age of the Ring 8.0. That's fine. Next, install. This will probably take a second. Okay. Now with all that installed, I believe the README is just documentation for 8. Yeah, it's for the 8.0. Okay. With all that installed, we should have Age of the Ring 8.0. Yep. 8.0 settings or options, and then 8.0. Exception out of range. Cool. Share more options, properties. I always make sure that everything is set to advanced. That, not security. Everything needs to be set to as administrator. Everything needs to be set to administrator. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh well, we can check this and make sure it's actually working to 8.0. Yep. I already tell. This is Age of the Ring 8.0. Go to options. This is a good way to check too. If you go to settings, you can see it down here. Age of the Ring 8.0. So we do know that it's an 8.0. This. That's funny that that's not working. That's alright. We don't really need it because we're going to switch to 8.3 now. Okay. So now with 8.0 installed, now we can install the latest, which is 8.3, which is this guy. Download. 8.3 got a lot easier to actually update everything to the latest. Okay, same thing, we're going to drag that out. Go ahead and delete that, we don't need it. I'm going to check this naturally. So again, it doesn't have a folder, so we're going to do the same thing. New folder, call this Age of the Ring 8.3 installer. Okay, we're gonna drag that in. And same thing, unzip this file. Back here. Okay. I didn't do this on the last one, and if you have problems, again, run everything as administrator. So properties, compatibility, run for administrator, apply. If you have multiple profiles too, I have noticed it does have a problem understanding who the administrator is. So change settings for all users if you're having that problem. Then hit OK. Again, we don't need this. We'll go ahead and delete that. And then we'll run the exe. Update. Same thing. This might take a second. There, we don't need to open the README. And now we should have Age of the Ring 8.3, which I am not seeing it on the desktop. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now there's 8.3. There's the installer for both. You don't really need these anymore at this point. Or at least I don't think you do. I don't remember if you need this bin file or not. So honestly, I just kind of create a new folder and just call this installers. Age of the OTR, just in case, because I can't remember if you need those bins, and I don't ever like testing that theory. Okay, so now we have 8.3. This. You'll see this here. Actually, we'll close that out. Same thing. Show more options, properties. Just make sure that this is set. Yep, set as administrator. It is. Just check it, make sure. Okay, so here's the options. Enable house color. We'll get into all this stuff later. This is actually really cool stuff that they've done here. I always like Dol Guldur. Dol Guldur is amazing. And play Age of the Ring. And we're just verifying that this is set to 8.3.1. The installation definitely got a hell of a lot faster. Or the opening, I should say. You can disable some of these screens too, which is actually really nice. Okay, so looking like it's working, which is great. There's Dol Guldur, so I'm guessing that this is 100% working. 8.3.1. Alright, perfect. So now we are 100% up to date with the latest Age of the Ring. There's still a few more things we've got to do here. Which... Where's my... Nice. Okay. Well, we still have a few more things here. So let's go back to this. Open up the installation guide again. I accidentally closed it. Okay, so now that we have Age of the Ring installed, we can download Game Ranger so that way we can play this in multiplayer. Right? So the first thing we need to do is actually just go to Game Ranger. Oops. Ranger. Yep, here. And then download Game Ranger. Perfect. This is the setup, the exe. Open that. Create a new icon, launch your icon. We don't need to start it when Windows starts. Next. All the good old TOS. Agree. I already have an account. Okay. No longer. Yep. All right. Cool. So now we have Game Ranger installed. But we still have to make sure that Age of the Ring knows about Game Ranger. And the way that you can do this is, I know it won't work off the bat, so there's no point in doing that. So we need to download the mod for the Age of the Ring, which is this one. It looks like Age of the Ring patch 8.3. doesn't look like. This looks like the updater. Ah, I just clicked on the wrong one. Okay. So that is the right one. So you need to click on this one. When Game Ranger is downloaded, you'll need to download the link to two together. Here's the patch for Battle for Middle Earth. Okay, so yeah, that's the one you need to download. So we'll download that. Again, once this is done, this is done. You don't ever have to do this stuff again, which is really nice. Okay, so there's the patch. Same thing, drag it out. Let's go ahead and delete this one. I don't need it. That's not willing. Okay, and there's no folder, so again, always create a new folder. Game Ranger, Age of the Ring, patch. Loop. Bring that in there. 7-zip, extract, delete this. Okay, now we have that. And then let's go back to the instructions here. So we have to place the EP1 in the Age of the Ring folder. Okay, so let's open up one of these. Here we'll go to our C drive, Age of the Ring 8.6, Age of the Ring. There it is right there. Did I specify where the needed to go? No, I didn't. Okay, that's fine. So I believe it needs to go in here, the AOTR folder. So this one right here, we'll just drag. Oh, come on. Drag that in here. Okay, so that's not going to work. So we're just going to Control C, Control V, continue. Perfect. That worked. Okay, we don't need this anymore. It's all useless. So we can just delete that because we have it in here now. Same thing. Show more properties, properties, compatibility, make sure it's running as an admin, and we're going to double click to open this. All right, now you have this. This is the executable. All right. Okay, so we're going to do that first, apparently. So we're going to go close that out. We're going to go File. No, is it Edit? Edit Options. And then we're going to go to the Age of the Ring. Or the Lord of the Rings. Where is it? There it is, Rise of the Lich King. We're going to hit Browse. And then now we're going to select, which one is it? Is it, yep, the one in the Age of the Ring, or the, yeah, Age of the Ring folder. So this PC, Program 86, Age of the Ring 8.0, Age of the Ring AOTR, this one, and we're going to click Open. Okay, so now Age of the Ring is configured properly with that, and now we have to set up the extra flags. Click to open that. Yes, and there's the game executable. So the game executable, this one is the one you want from the actual game itself. So we need to go to my computer, C drive, program 86, go to the Lord of the Rings, this one, and then we're going to select this EP, hit open. Mod files, we're going to leave blank. The extra flags, this is the one that's super important to get this to work. It has to be copied the exact same way. No spaces, nothing of that nature. If it's not in your C, Program 86, Age of the Ring 8.0, this will not work. So you need to make sure that this is set absolutely correctly to what you have. Obviously, we put it in 86. I'm going to make sure that there's no space there. There's not, and there's no space at the end. Okay? Now, if we hit start game, the game should start. which it does. Perfect. Okay. Again, just to verify, it is an 8.3.1. All right, so this is now working, so we don't need that anymore. I don't know if I did this already. I just want to check. Compatibility. Yes, I did. Okay. So now you can host a game. Select, if you're going to play multiplayer, you're going to say Rise of the Lich King. You can put how many players you want. You can have a password if you want, and so forth. Hit OK. Port restricted. That's fine. It'll pop up every time. Once somebody joins your game, then you can click start. But you need to have enough players in there. But that is everything. That is absolutely everything you need. You have your game ranger over here now for that. And you're good to go. Alright, so at that point you're finished. You can go ahead and delete all these folders that you have. Now, one thing I want to mention, just delete that real quick. As far as those folders go, once you get this file, and you want to download from the base here, because this will give you all of these extra ones that you're going to need when you download from the base. So at that point, you can, like I said, just, click this first one that installs, should have this, yep. And then unzip each of these, and it will zip into that one folder, right? You don't need to create a new folder for these. It will just automatically create that folder for you once you go ahead and do that. So just unzip them all, and it'll all go into one folder. Once you're done with all that, again, you don't need all of these, so you can just delete those, right? As far as the installation guide goes, step 1, 2, and 3 is not needed because all of those are in there. Those are for people that don't have those already. So essentially, you just start from this point on to get it to work. So, and I'm just gonna go ahead and update that shortly. So, just in case if you see this, whatever, this is no longer needed, just start from this point on. And yeah, you're good to go. And I believe that's everything. So we'll see you again there. Thanks, guys.